privilege to be able to say you've done that?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, when I first walked into the change rooms at Port Adelaide Footy Club, I didn't know I was going to play 150 games, and it's a great honour to play one game for this great club, and now to captain the club and play 150 games is I'll probably look back at the end of my career and be pretty thankful for it.
Do you even really recognise the sort of first game player, Travis Boak? Have you changed so much that it's pretty hard to remember what you were like?
Yeah, I can't even remember the first game, to be honest. I think I was pretty skinny. Had long hair. That was pretty much about it. But look, a fair bit's changed. I guess looking back, I never thought I'd be a leader of this club, and I was just sort of running around trying to get a kick. And I've learnt so much in my time here from Choco at the time, and then Matty, and now Ken, and a lot of players with Treaders and Dom have gone past, and I'm thankful for what they've done for me, and I'm looking forward to this weekend getting a big win against the Gold Coast.
Did you not think you had the leadership qualities, or was it just the fact that you were so young and there were many guys in front of you?
I never really saw myself as a leader, I guess, when I was a young kid, and I think I've sort of spoken about that a couple of times, and I guess that's sort of just grown on me and sort of developed, and through a lot of support from Dom and Kane was my mentor when I first got to the club, and they've helped me so much in my time here.
I guess it's not going to mean much if you don't get a win this week, though, is it?
Oh, look, I think it's just important for the club that we get a win. It's getting pretty tight now, and with 3 games to go, and that sort of top 4 spot, we're sort of looking for. We really need to get the win, and that's all we're looking for. And it's going to be a big challenge. Obviously, Gold Coast played pretty well up there, and we're looking forward to a big game, and hopefully we can get a result.
You've lost 6 out of 8, which everyone keeps talking about. Do you feel like you're in that better form as a team?
Not really. There was certainly some bad patches that we've had in games, but I certainly don't think we're in that bad a form. I think on the weekend we showed some really good stuff. Our run looked like it was back, and I think just our whole energy in the group has been fantastic over the last couple of weeks, and we need to make sure we bring that again, and hopefully we can get the win, and that'll sort of kickstart a bit of form for us.
So that's sort of been your message as skipper to the guys that we're not that far away?
Yeah, certainly that's the message Ken's been sending and the leadership group's been sending to the group, and we've got to remain positive and make sure we've got that energy I spoke about there, and it all starts with training, and that's been fantastic over the last couple of weeks, and we've got to make sure we maintain that and really learn our lessons from the Sydney game, and I think we have done that. We reviewed it really well on the Monday, and we move forward and have a big session today and look forward to a big game on Saturday.
Does the Sydney win give you a bit of belief back, or how do you get that belief back?
Oh, look, I think that just comes with continue to work on the areas that we need to improve, and as we spoke about, the run was certainly one that we need to get back, and that feels like it's starting to come back for us, and that belief's really there, and certainly the energy I spoke about, that really gets us going as a group, and when we're all up and about, we play our best footy. We win the ball inside, and then we run and we spread, and that's certainly an area we felt we got back on the weekend.
What did you learn? You said you reviewed that game closely and learned a few things. What did you learn from the Swans' loss?
We can't kick 7 goals, 16 in a game. Goal kicking really does hurt. We spoke about it. You can't really practice it too much. We do everything we can during the week, but you go out in front of 50,000 people, you can't really practice that too much. So it's just making the most opportunities when we go forward, and when you do have that chance to kick a goal, you've got to make sure you nail it. And I guess the contested ball on the weekend was fantastic for us. I guess coming up against Sydney, one of the best sides in that area, to win that area was fantastic. And then, as I said, to get our run and our ball movement back to sort of where we want it. There's still a lot of areas we want to improve on, but those areas were a big positive for us.
You mentioned top 4 still a goal. Fremantle lost to Geelong, kept that door open. Is that still the overriding goal? Realise how important that is if you're going to challenge, you probably need to finish top 4? Yeah,
look, I think if you're going to make a bit of a move in September, you've got to finish in the top 4, and for us it's just all about winning our next 3 games, to be honest, and it starts with Gold Coast this weekend. That's all we're really worried about, and we know it's going to be a big challenge for us, and hopefully it can kickstart a bit of form, and then we move on to the next week.
What about Aaron Young and Matt White? How close are they?
Yeah, they both look really well, really good. Hopefully they'll train today and train well. I spoke to Whitey during the week, and he said he's feeling no pain. So which is a great sign. And so if we can get those two back up and running, it'd be a fantastic addition into the side. Obviously Whitey brings that pace and run, and Youngie with his inside stuff as well. So that'll be a great addition if they can both get up.
They're all big games. This is a line in the sand type game because Gold Coast have been really struggling. Stephen May's out now. Is this one you really have to win?
Oh, look, I think the last few weeks we've sort of spoken about they're ones we have to win, and we haven't got the job done. So, look, we need to make sure we're up and about. We need to make sure we bring that same intensity we did against Sydney, and make sure we do it for 4 quarters, and then make the most of our opportunities. But it is a big game. We need to make sure we go up there with a positive attitude and have a big start to the game. As I said, they play really well up there, and if we can get a big start, then that'll certainly help us.
Have you spoken about with goal kicking, which can be so contagious, whether you're missing them or kicking them, but if you do start out missing them, how do you sort of snap that cycle and start nailing it?
Look, I'm not sure. There's not too much you can do sort of in a game. We've done, as I said, we've done all the practice we can during the week. During the whole pre-season, we've kicked so many set shots at goal, and I think in a game you just got to clear the head. Move on from, if you miss one early, then you just got to move on and just take your opportunities when you get them. I think obviously Shields is the best at our club at goal kicking, and that's just as simple as you keep it. If you miss one, you got to move on and just make the most of the opportunity.
Well, did you see the Tom Lynch incident where he hit his head in that tackle? Or he tucked his head?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What do you think of that as a player?
It's a tough situation. For the Brisbane player, I'm not sure it was. You can't really do too much about it. I can't really comment too much, to be honest. But it does get it puts you in a pretty tough situation when people do lead with their head.
So the players, more importantly, the players need to avoid that sort of. Travis, a few blokes said they shouldn't really duck your head in now because you're actually asking for trouble. Good enough in a wheelchair. How do players talk with all that? Is it something the players are aware of that maybe shouldn't do that?
Yeah, we certainly. We speak about not leading with your head. Obviously, it's pretty dangerous. You can end up in a pretty bad way, and I think for all players, it's certainly a situation that you don't want. Guys leading with their head, and you don't want guys ending up being injured. So. It's a tough situation to be in, being the tackler. If you do have someone coming at you with their head, there's not really much you can do, and you don't really want to injure them. So it's important that I think as players that we make sure we try and avoid those situations.
As a player, I guess that's the thing. I mean, some players duck their heads to try and look for the free kick, but the downside is probably greater than getting a one-off free kick, isn't it? Yeah,
I think so. I think you saw on the weekend with Tommy that. He ended up pretty sore from that incident, and obviously they got the free kick, but I think you can end up in a worse way than just getting a free kick.
So are your players instructed that, or something you just understand that that's probably the way you should do it?
I think it's a way that as players we should do is just not lead with the head. I think some pretty bad incidents in sport that we've seen, that the head injuries and spinal injuries that can occur. So I think it's just a bit of a general rule at the club.
Westie's all right. He obviously got up pretty quick after that ankle injury last week. He'll be okay this week.
Yeah, he'll be fine to go. He pulled up really well. It was a great effort from him to get up after rolling it on the Wednesday, I think it was, and play the game. So it was fantastic for him, and he pulled up really well, so he'll be right to go again.
There's no one else, Bucky, is there, that could come back? Obviously, White, Young, Westhoff's okay. You said there's no one else that could be pushing.
No, they're probably the two that'll be pushing for selection that have gone out of the side. So they'll be right up in selection, I think.
How important has Matty White become to your team? Just his run, Karen?
Yeah, he's been huge for us all year. Obviously with that speed that adds to the group. If we can get him out in space, he's pretty dangerous. And I think what he's shown, he's been able to kick goals as well, which has been very important for us. I think he's kicked over 20 goals this year, so he adds a fair bit to our forward line, and obviously through the middle with his run as well.
Travis talked about Gold Coast playing well up there, being hard to beat. What makes them such a good side up there, or how do they play better up there than they do elsewhere?
I think Queensland's a little bit different, the conditions. I think they play the conditions really well, and obviously it's their home ground and in front of their home crowd, and they play the ground really well, just like we do at Adelaide Oval. And I think it's just on their home deck, and they embrace it pretty well. And we've just got to go up there and as I said, make sure it's a big start for us. And they're really good at the contested ball tackle sort of combo, and we've got to make sure we're on a game.
Some teams go up there and almost seem to get into a almost holiday.
Bit of a holiday.
Is that something you have to guard against?
Oh, pretty nice to get some sun up there, but no, I think it'll be good for our group to get away, go up on the Gold Coast. But we're going up there to, to win the game. We're certainly not going up there for a holiday. Obviously, it's a big game for us, an important part of the year, and we'll go up there as a group and get away and have dinner together and do those things. But we're up there to win and get the 4 points.
You're not worried about the heat in the middle of the day in Queensland, are you?
No, we train in Dubai in 30 plus degree heat, mate. So it should be 25. Would be nice.
And a lot of clubs are already cancelling their altitude trips and that sort of stuff for next pre-season. From your point of view, did you and Port Adelaide get a lot out of that Dubai trip, and would you like to go back and do that again?
Yeah, certainly. I think at the time we were thinking it's the worst thing on earth to train up there. It was pretty tough, but I think the way we trained and what we got out of it was certainly beneficial for us. And I think as a group we enjoyed spending time together. But the training we did up there was certainly fantastic, and I think we'll be looking forward to going back again and getting a fair bit out of it.